What you do?
I just whenever I went running amok in Sector 16, 12-hour repairs and 15-hour repairs. And
Are we live? I can't tell.
It says
yes,
live.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. We're on. This is Fleets of Anarchy Alliance News, episode 4, or whatever the date is today, August the 10th. And I'm Paul FA, my name is Graham, and we have Martin with Priory.
Hello.
And we have Frank, who is Coral Sea. He's audio only. Hello, Frank.
Hello.
And we have Jason, who is Kronos.
hello.
Okay. We got off a little bit of a better start today. Anyone want to bring up any newsworthy topics at the beginning of this? Nothing of any importance? Should we talk about the monthly raid coming up next week? I think it's the 16th, isn't it? Oh.
Yeah, yeah. It'll be starting what, next Thursday or Friday? Friday, isn't it?
No, the 14th.
14th?
Thursday.
Thursday, yeah. It's going to be bases and fleet versus fleet. We've had those before.
All raid.
Mm-hmm.
Whole store. So whoever don't have holes, try to get yours what you want.
Well, the main deal is focus on something, on whenever you're looking for a new hole, is on what do you want to do with it? Do you want to base hit with something, or do you want something that'll help you gain more stuff in the raids, or do you want something that'll fleet versus fleet to pick fleets off on the map? Those are some of the
Exactly.
things to consider whenever you're hunting for a new hole.
That goes for weapons too.
Yes, on the weapons raid too.
I mean, to be honest with you, on my thinking about it as well is, if for some of these younger players that aren't sure what they want the hulls for, something like the Mercury,
That's
it
an
can be
all-around
a good base hit. Yeah, it's an all-round hull, depending on what you put on it. You can take out fleets with it, you can take out cargoes with it, you can hit bases with it, just depending on what you put on it. So
Yeah.
something like that for some of the younger players and the newer players is going to be better than thinking, oh, well, I'll go and get this one, I'll go and get this one. Get an all-round hull that you can do everything with.
Exactly. Especially if you have. Go ahead, Jason.
That's what I used whenever it first came out, and I put ballistics on it. I had shredder cannons, and and I was rocking raids with it, getting everything with those.
I I've got siege missiles on mine. I believe Frank's got them on his. And you can hit bases with them. You can do really well in the raids because you can put quite a bit of armor on them. And, something like that, an all-round hull is exactly what you need.
And plus, it's got sonar on it, so.
Yeah.
That's something else that's going to be needed in this raid as well, from what I've been told.
Yeah, because because I had shredders and torps on mine, and before they got these super subs and these all these specials to go on these subs, You know, I mean, it killed subs.
Well,
exactly.
Well, they'll
From
tell
what
you now it
from
takes about 8 hours to refit Sonar Pod 3 onto a vessel. So if you want to be adding sonar anywhere, you better start because you're going to have 6 days.
well,
I've
that's it.
still
I
got
mean, go on. Sorry, Justin.
I've still got my Mercuries with my siege and assault or my siege missiles on them. So
Yeah, so do I.
Well, for this raid, apparently there's going to be mines in there, so you do need something that can take. Apparently, it's got to be something like torpedoes because you've got to be able to take out stuff that's underwater.
Well, siege missiles on a Mercury would take them out as long as it can be seen.
I think
I think
it's you've got to have laser targeting on them, though, haven't you?
no,
For
the
the
Mercury comes with retargeting.
yep.
And that's
well, there we go then.
I took out subs with those Mercuries. In fact, in the last raid, I did the 44s with Mercuries a couple times with those Reapers, and it worked out pretty well.
Cool.
Waiting for my Spectres to repair.
Isn't it
So
like Kixeye to put things into a raid, which is very important to a lot of players, things that they've had no experience with, like mines.
exactly.
Well, this is the thing, though. There's nobody in the game has had experience with mines before. It's the first time they've ever been brought out. So how is anybody expected to know what to do?
I know it's crazy.
It's definitely going to be a learning process.
Yeah, but you can't learn under fire. It's ridiculous.
Well, especially in a raid too. You know, where you're going to have to be concentrating on probably and knowing kick side's going to be a swarm of fleets coming at you, and you're going to have to be worrying about that, and they're going to be on top of you, and then you're going to be having to worry about running into mines.
No, it's crazy.
I heard they were supposed to be in bases, not the fleets.
Oh,
That's
the
what
fleet. Okay.
that's what I heard. I could be wrong, but a lot of those posts on other pages are not true.
I suppose at the end of the day, all we can do is just wait and see what it's actually going to be like. Until it actually happens, nobody really knows.
No, that was well, not at least until we see the video,
Yeah, exactly.
which is
And
only
that'll
a couple
happen
days
really.
before.
Yeah, not enough time for us to refit what we need,
We
unless
don't
we
have
coin it.
Well,
we don't have enough time to refit anything before a raid, or build anything before a raid, a big raid. Personally, I don't think the raid should be every month. I think it should be every 3 months. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
And
the
every three
notion that
months,
the notion that Kixeye don't give out any information until virtually the raid has started is what they've done right from the beginning, because they don't want people to prep for the raids. There you go.
Yeah.
exactly. Because then, if you prep for the raids, if you know what's going to go on, if you prep for raids, you'll do better. They don't want you to do better.
no, they want you to do better. What they want is they want you to coin it. That's
In the
what they want.
middle of in the middle of the raid.
They don't
All
want
right,
to spend money, do they? This is news to me.
Nah. Uh-uh.
all right. That's what it comes down to. Then.
That's basically everything that it comes down to is the fact that they want you to coin. They want to make money out of it. Yeah, at the end of the day, they are a business that are there to make money, but there are people who just can't afford to do it. So, why advertise it as a free game if you can't play it for free?
Well, you can play for free, but you don't get very far.
Yeah.
Yeah. True.
Yeah, they don't. I mean, if you play for free, if you want to grind, and that's all it comes down to, you grind. And sit at your computer for hours. I known, I experienced that. I've done that.
Yeah, haven't we all?
Yeah. With my workload, it's hard for me to get that time. So
Yeah. I found a
Oh,
graphic.
if I was working,
I wonder where it went.
if I was working, Jason, I'd be in the same boat. I'm one of the lucky ones. I on disability, which is not saying much, but I sit home all the time. I can't do much.
Well, it looks like I've got the best of both worlds then.
You do. You can play at home and work.
Yeah, well, that's if the light wife lets us play at home.
if I got the time at work, I can at my office. So, but I'm rarely at the office anymore.
Yeah, you're an
Go
installer
on, and
now.
Graham, you were saying you had a graphic.
I was looking for it, yes. We spoke about it briefly yesterday from a company that tracks Facebook apps, and they play some fancy bar charts. I'll see if I can get it up. My mouse doesn't want to do the right thing. Here we go. It's quite amazing, actually. If you look at this, the Battle Pirates monthly active users by quarterly, you'll see that in, hang on, make sure that stays up. In the last quarter of 2012, they had around about 1.6 million monthly active users, and then in the first quarter of 2013, it dropped to about, what's that, 800,000. That's a big drop, and it's been dropping ever since. We were trying to figure out what happened in the early parts of 2013 that caused all those people, almost half the people, to stop playing. Anyone
The
got a
Hell
comment?
Strike. The Hell Strike.
Was it the Hellstrike or was it the Dreadnought X?
No, it wasn't the
No,
Dreadnought X. It was the Hell Strike and the Inferno rockets. They were they brought us the walls and the level 6 walls, and everybody was all happy about it because they could hold off the threshers. With the Maelstrom 5s didn't melt the threshers or melt the walls like they
Yeah.
did on level 5s. And then all of a sudden, the next raid, they're bringing out the Hell Strikes with the Inferno rockets, and it was just brah.
Mm. Well, the second graph there, the daily active users, you can see it's been dropping since the third quarter of 2012. So it's been going down ever since. So we don't know here whether it was higher in the second quarter of 2012. But it's
Well, when did World of Tanks come out? Would that have not been it?
yes.
yeah, but Kixeye must know these graphics. They must know these statistics. And to be looking at that top one and say, look, we've got in the third quarter of 2014, we've got 300,000, where we once had 1.6 million. They must be really shaking in their boots.
Well, don't forget that they were about the time they did the Hell Strikes, they were doing those huge bans too. They're
Oh, but
banning a
couldn't
lot of
ban
people.
half their customers. That's a lot of customers.
Yeah, that is a lot.
Well, I mean, any supermarket or any kind of shop was looking at those kind of statistics, they'd be thinking the same. It's like, where the hell's the customers gone? You know, but the Kickside don't seem as if they've done a lot about it.
Apparently, you don't know a lot about anything.
I mean, especially they had the CEO on Battle Vortex, and he was No, there's nothing wrong. The game's working fine. Yeah, they're happy. That sort of thing. Okay, well, I thought that was interesting. And I got that link off the forum, so obviously since I know about it. What I'll do now is we'll do our shout out to FOA members who've leveled up this week. So I'll say congratulations to you guys. Gone up another level in the leveling system of Battle Pirates. And for our new members, that's the system that's up in the top left-hand corner of your screen, and that tells you how well you're doing in the game as far as you're collecting the resources and all the different things you do. You gain experience, and that experience is there. When that yellow bar gets to the end, you go up a level. It goes up very quickly at the beginning, and each time you go to a new level, it's around about, from what I've figured, around about 1.25 times longer to get to the next level each time you level up. No, it's not the same amount of time each time. All right, so congratulations to all those pirates who've leveled up this week. Starting with, in alphabetical order, Black Wolf, who's 59. Brand Killer, one of our newer members, he's now 28. Chad E, 54. Easy, 57. Faja, 57. Olaf L, 47. And you, Martin Priory, have risen to the esteemed height of 69. Well done.
And I'm not moving off that number.
Oh, yeah, that's likely. The amount of salvage you collect. Scourge, 59. Tiger, 267. 63. So, well done, pirates. Frank, do you want to talk about submarine detection? Zombie fleets?
Oh, zombie fleets. I hate them. Submarine detection. Tough subject. All depends on what they have on those subs. Like, we've been battling Bull's Land for a couple weeks now. Well, not all the time, but he runs with zombie fleets, and some reason he can see your subs before he sees yours. You see him, I mean. For some reason.
That's to do with the. It's not the detection. It's actually the visible range of the subs, because the Reaper has actually got an extra armor slot. So if you put the D2S armor on it, you'll be able to see your subs before you can see him.
Yeah, but the thing is, that's a visible range of 11.
Yeah.
You're within the donut hole of the torpedoes, so they should not be able to fire. He's seeing
Yeah, that's
you.
true.
He's seeing you. Excuse me. He's seeing you before you even. As soon as you gets in his range, he's seeing you for some reason.
Yeah, I've had that happen to me twice, where we've both approached each other head on, and while we're still under the water, his torpedoes start firing well before the donut hole, and kills my Spectres, even though we're still getting closer. So I'm obviously in range of him from my siege torpedoes. He might be assault torpedoes. They've got a slightly better range. But I'm getting closer and closer. I'm definitely getting within range to fire my siege torpedoes, but they never fire because I don't see him. The Spectres don't see him, and he's firing. He kills my whole Spectre fleet without me firing one torpedo. That's really strange. I don't understand it. I've been playing around with sonar pod to see if that's going to make any difference, but I haven't put a sonar pod on my Spectres. So I've only got 2 special slots where his subs have got 3. So it makes it really tricky to sort of match that.
Yeah, but
Jason,
the thing is,
Well,
if you're using a solar pod, go ahead, go ahead.
no,
no, I
it's
was
all
just
right.
saying, no,
I mean, if he uses a solar pump, what
I mean,
special
all I
does he
was
think on?
someone say something.
Hello?
You there?
I can hear you, Frank. No, I
If you,
mean the only thing I was going to say was that new Viper that I won in the last raid. That's making a hell of a difference to seeing submarines. I mean, I'm taking submarine fleets out left, right, and centre now. So and it's not to do with the sonar range. It's to do with I can't remember what to call it now. You'll know, Frank.
thermal imaging
That's the one.
is a heat sensor. Who's that clicking? Who's clicking?
I think that's Jason.
No, it wasn't me.
Somebody's clicking on a keyboard.
Martin. No,
So
it's sonar range.
that's the thermal imaging, Frank.
Yeah, it's thermal imaging. It's got 80 range on the Viper. There should be able to see you well before your torpedoes start firing.
Is that what I'm
Not well before the torpedoes. It's like 2.
Well, we've got no defense against that.
No, it's not. It caliper drive and the battery don't work because it's a heat sensor,
Yeah,
thermal.
yeah, thought of that.
So whoever has a Viper, build them if you want sub killing.
I've already done it.
Uh, I'm still working on trying to figure out a build for my interdictors.
Well, personally, I mean,
Well,
speaking. Go on,
go ahead.
Frank.
Well, personally, I would put all torpedoes on them, and with one rocket, like a Maelstrom 5, Maelstrom 4, just for piranhas in these raids. Because if we go back to Reavers, you'll be able to use those in the raid too, because of the rockets. You understand? I'm putting or assault torpedoes if you want to kill subs. I'm building mine with assault torpedoes and three torpedoes and 4 assault rockets, assault missiles. With
Well, that's what I'm. That's
especially
what I'm going to put on the assault missiles.
but the thing is, the Viper has retargetable and built into it like the Mercury does. I don't know if I have to put lasers on the other 4 of the R5 interdictors, the regular interdictors, because they don't have that retargetable in them. You know what I'm saying?
No, you'll have to put it on the normal. The normal indictors, you'll have to put it on, but the Viper, you won't.
Yeah. But the thing is, I don't know. Yeah, I may have to do that.
But then again, I
Alright.
mean, you've got the specials, you've got the strike system, which has got the like the solid
Yeah,
fuel boosters built
but
into the engine, or you've got that other special that's got the laser targeting and the solid fuel boosters together as well. The
yeah,
only problem is, obviously, it is another special that you're using in the that you could use for something else.
exactly, exactly. It's it's a tough decision what you want to go for. Actually, you want to build it right so you won't have to refit it down the line. You know what I'm saying?
How often does
With
that
all
happen?
the specials, yeah, all this, well, everything new coming out in the game, like just like incendiary shells on for the Dread X's or mortars. I mean, they're awesome, and I had to refit my dreads to put them on. You know, take off the what the hell did I take off? Oh, the siege targeting and put the incinerator shells on, and that takes time. Everything's time in this game.
Of course. Time is money. Haven't you heard that?
Yeah, I mean, I mean, it's you want to build them right at first, right off the go, but you can't really because all this stuff coming out after you build your fleets. Just like with the impulse launchers. Now I want to refit my Mercuries with the siege missiles with them because they'll be better. You know what I'm saying? Understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
With all the new weapons and all the new specials, it's hard to keep up.
Yeah, most definitely. I like the new launchers. It's hard for me to decide if I want to put those. What is that? That enhancer, that radioactive burst enhancer on my dreadnoughts.
But
The incendiary.
no. I know. We're
Oh,
talking about this. Wait a minute, hold
That
on.
supercharge.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that increases the radioactive burst time. But I would have to get rid of some of my evade and my stuff like that for it, for my defense.
Exactly. I mean, what do you do? I mean, it's just this game is nothing. I know it's a strategy game, but it's a cost supercharger. Launcher
Yeah.
supercharge times 1.5. It increases the density of the flatness,
Mhm.
whatever, which causes shockwave to build faster.
Well, see, my D92Fs are too powerful for a lot of these turrets, and I don't get that. I don't get that radioactive burst like I did with the D92Us. But it took longer to kill everything off.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, they were
That's
saying,
what I think there are for really the 92s.
on Battle Vortex that if you're going to run the Fs, the impulse launcher Fs, you should also have some Us as well to maintain the pressure on the radioactiveness for the explosions. So that's
Hmm.
what I've done.
Yeah, yeah. But the thing is, or put less launchers on. You don't need that many launchers. That's what I
No,
would.
see, I've got like 3 on each. So 3 on each of my dreadnoughts and 1 on my Highlander nuclear cruiser, or 3 on my Highlander nuclear cruiser.
And it's still
So,
pretty
but
powerful.
still too powerful.
So what else do you have on your dreads? You already have
Uh,
3 weapons.
I've got all anti-mort and phalanx too.
Yeah, that's another key too for
Uh,
building fleets.
all these new nuclear weapons and all these radioactive weapons, high evade and high radioactive defense is key especially on
Yeah,
your base guard, and especially on your base guard. It's a lot of radioactive defense.
exactly. You need a lot of that, especially if you get hit a lot by nuclear cruisers
Hmm.
Talking
or
about
anything with.
radioactivity, has anybody had any beneficial effects from the lead panels on your turrets? I put
I
them.
have,
I
And
have.
I have. It takes longer to knock them down.
really,
It takes, yeah, it takes instead of one, let's say volley, it takes like almost two volleys to take them down. Takes much. I put them on my Breeze rockets.
Well, when Megalodon came into my base and just blew the crumpet out of it, I didn't notice any benefits whatsoever.
Uh,
Well, with that's totally different. He came in with
Yeah, no
berserkers.
kidding.
And that's just insane.
you stick anything with that Grimshine, it's gonna eat your base up.
That's just plain insane. Berserkers, Grimshine Berserker, and Berserkers with Chaos Mortars, that's just insane. And the ship gets better as it gets damaged, which I think is stupid.
Can we finish with that subject?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Anyone want to talk about zombie fleets?
Well, zombie fleets are going to start getting rid of them anyway, so it doesn't even matter.
Still, they're gonna be able. Still, I mean, it'll only take them a couple of minutes to repair it. I mean, to repair just enough. I mean, it's going to be a certain set time that they have to repair it. It's still going to be way less than we're having to repair it all.
Yeah. It's going to be it need what I understand. It's going to be 5% on each ship.
Yeah, it's still a considerable amount of less
So-
time than if you repaired everything on it. So this,
Yeah.
partial zombie.
Yeah. True.
Mm,
Very true.
I'm not particularly worried about it. Martin and I spoke about it last broadcast, and we sort of decided amongst ourselves that they're really not a problem. I don't see why people can't use them. It's a tactic.
Well, they're high coiners are whining because zombie fleets are causing like 10 and 12-hour damage to their fleets and cost them coin. That's just all. That's all it comes down to.
They're just upset because their fleets aren't catching the kudas, the zombie kudas.
Yeah,
And they feel that they're being cheated because the people who are operating the zombie kudas aren't paying for any repairs.
exactly. That's what it is. Exactly. I agree.
Well, there's one option there. Go away.
Go
Yeah,
get
right.
some zombie kudas yourself.
Isn't that the whole idea of defense? Is to scare your attacker away in whatever way you can. This is war, man.
You don't like it, go play Farm Bill.
If you're at the base and he's defending it and you don't like it, go home. Go to another base.
Just like a lot of these players don't like you driving your defense fleet.
I'll drive it like I stole it just to piss them off. Or just to upset them.
Okay. Well, the next thing is August features, and I've clipped out the bit out of forums. We can just go through them one point at a time. The first thing coming up is base guarding changes. Changes to the functionality of how you attach guards to your base on the world map.
Yeah, which sucks.
Yeah. First, once a base guard has been destroyed, we're going to be having to wait for 30 seconds before a new base guard can be applied. Let's talk about that.
It sucks.
Yeah, I don't like that at all.
No kidding. We tried to defend Chad E's base. He had a guard on because he wasn't there, and an attacker went under his base, attacked his guard, and then as soon as that guard fleet was killed, we had about 4 fleets around the base ready to jump into action, and of course I went to guard the base, and it said you can't do it for 30 seconds. I just had to sit there helplessly and watch the guy attack the base.
Well, I dealt with a guy earlier over in this other sector, and over whenever I was hitting another base, and the guy was one of the players was sitting underneath the base, waiting for me to roll up to the base so he could jump out at guard. I guess because he didn't want to waste that 30-second, if I didn't hit it or not.
Yeah, but it's only one guard. You can only have one guard, and then the 30 seconds are up. So that's not normally a problem for a coiner. Take out the guard, and then casually within the next 30 seconds, click on the base and attack it. And all the people sitting around watching can just sit around and watch. It's just, I just do not understand the rationale in putting that in. I mean, I understand why they've done it, but surely Kixeye have some sort of mechanism that says this is not reasonable, this is just idiotic. Unbelievable.
It is. It is really.
The second part of that is
The one thing good.
they removed the
Go ahead.
proximity guard so that I often have a fleet under my base so I can move it out quickly if I need to. And that would guard if an attacker clicks on my base. Now that's been removed, so you can put as many fleets as you like under the base, and that won't affect the guarding.
Yeah,
Jason?
yeah. Well, I was a little upset with that. Couple weeks ago, whenever my subs got hit and I had them parked underneath the base because I didn't want to repair the gunboat. I mean the Corvette, and it would automatically guarded my base.
Yeah, I don't mind the proximity being removed because it's fine, but all right. Sector influence.
Yeah, I don't mind that either.
Beauty. This is a new feature that will allow your alliance to gain sector control by earning alliance points by destroying valid player bases in your sector or defeating valid draconian fleets. Wow. What's the reasoning behind that, Frank?
Personally, I think they're trying to make a lot of the people stay in sectors, not move around so much. Plus, it's trying to cause a war within a sector. And also they want you to hit. I think they're trying to make you hit back bases more. Personally,
They're trying to boost coinage.
Exactly. That's what they're trying to do. To tell you the truth.
Martin?
I really don't understand it because I really don't know much about it.
Well, it's like whenever they tried to implement a while back at the start of the year. I can't even remember what it was. It was almost going for the uranium as a resource or whatever.
Yeah.
To implement more hitting.
Yeah, to make the uranium lootable.
Yeah. So
if your base got hit, they got uranium too. One with salvages.
But I mean, it's just.
I mean, uranium is so hard to get now. You think, I mean, people will go off the wall if it's lootable. I mean, you basically said, especially with these guys that put their warehouses on the wall.
Now this is implemented with the metals, isn't it? With the sector.
I have no idea.
It's all to do with. It's all to do with just the sector. I don't know whether it's medals or whether it's alliance points or what, but it seems as if it's not for one alliance to take control of the sector. It's to stop the Dracs from taking over control of the sector. That's why you've got to hit these Drac bases and stuff that are coming out. That's what it's for.
Yeah, see, it's vaguely described.
Well, that's it. I mean, it's something. It's like these campaigns. Until they actually come out, we didn't know what the hell they were about.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Until it comes out, we don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
But it does say valid player bases as well as draconian.
Will that be like top ranked bases?
Yeah.
This is going to be a tier system of what 1 through 5. The first, the top 5 bases or the top 5 alliances or top 5 players are considered valid bases that you can hit to get certain points or medals or something that helps put your alliance at the top.
Yeah, of course. Well, a valid player base may be a member of an alliance who has the most supremacy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is too, a lot of these alliances move around week to week. They don't stay in one sector for very long.
They could pop
So
in and they
what's that
automatically take over.
exactly? For a week, and then they're gone again. I mean, we have we have alliances that come in Sector 7 all the time just for a raid. Like TOTCs are here right now, coming in right now for a raid next week because they want a quiet sector, which I don't blame them. But like King Pound Panda said on the show the other day, his alliance moves around week to week. So what's it good for him for his alliance? For to take over a sector for a week and then just leave? I mean, that makes no sense.
No, it doesn't. I was about to say that, will this become similar to the medal system? It'll just be a leaderboard thing.
It'll be a bragging thing. That's all it is.
Yeah, have no really effect on the game.
No, medals are crap anyway.
Probably get bored with it after a while.
Yeah,
It's just a big game of King of the Hill.
That's all it is.
It's to rib so you coin more. That's what it's for. That's what they're doing it for.
Yeah.
All right, so
if
We know that.
you have a look at everything that they've done in this game, it's to make you coin more, to make you so they make money. That's all it's for.
exactly.
They want to see smoke signals coming from the top of our bases.
As I've said many, many times, this is not a program for playing a game. It's a program for making money. It's a money extraction program, I think I said.
They like catching credit cards on fire.
Yeah. The next.
Well, then for one thing, they're wrong. Hold on. For one thing, they're wrong. They should not advertise. Oh, sorry. They should not advertise as a free game. For one thing, they're wrong. Hold on. For one thing, they're wrong. They should not advertise.
Well, this is the thing, right? I mean, Jason said to me the other day, says it takes you about 3 hours to hit a drag base. Yeah, fair enough. It takes us 3 hours to hit a drag base, but I don't coin anything off it, and I don't get that much damage off it. Why would I want to go and pay, say 20 coins to repair a fleet that I've damaged in the drag base just because I can do it in an hour instead of doing it in 3 hours? And at the end of the day, it's giving us something else to do because I've got nothing else to do at the minute.
See, I'm paranoid like that. I want to hit it and be done with it so I don't get it stolen.
Well, you see, now that doesn't bother me.
especially with these new Phantoms setting out. They could stick a Phantom on a base hitting fleet, and that thing's hiding next to the drag base. And as soon as you pop out, boom, they got your drag base.
Ooh. You gave me an idea. I want to see something. I don't think it'll fit though.
That new Phantom Nighthawk is a shifty little ship they came up with.
Yeah, mine just got finished.
You can put that in front. You can put that. You make a light one. You can put that in front of a baser of like a 3 or 4 three hull baser fleet, and your fleet's hidden. Your baser fleet's hidden.
I thought it could only go in front of submarines.
Well, we're about ready to find
can it?
out
It's
because I'm putting it on my flag and my dredge.
Oh
It's
well.
a lead ship, isn't it?
It's a
Yeah, but
flagship.
I was under the but I was on the understanding it could only go with submarines.
Yeah, so
Hmm.
was
Might be
I.
wrong.
We'll find out in about 2 seconds.
Time's
So I'm
up.
going to pick a map loads. Pick a map loads. Nope, it can be seen.
It can be seen.
Yep. And I have it in front of my dreads. So that really don't work.
Oh man, that sucks.
Yeah. What happens? What happens if you put it in front of your spectres?
Oh,
Would that be a different story?
yeah, they do hide. Believe me, I already went up against a fleet with them. With a Phantom with Spectres.
So it only hides. So it only hides with
Subs.
subs. Well,
Which, at the
still,
end of the day, is a bit of a pain in the arse anyway. So, because I mean, for all you know, is that they're running zombie fleets behind that Phantom, which is just going to make it even worse.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know, that's the thing. I mean, they said they were
Oh
going to have a
well.
look at
So much
zombie
better.
fleets and changing it, and then all of a sudden they bring out a Phantom Nighthawk which can hide these zombie fleets, so you can't even see it before it hits you. So how are they going to tackle these things?
Well, they fixed that deal where you could spot it if you were clicking around on the map. You could tag it and attack it. Now you can't.
Well, that's fair enough.
Yeah. But now you can't attack it no more.
No.
Also, too,
Well, I
with
just
with this proximity guarding gone, as soon as you're done with a salvage or something, I mean, it shows up when it's in combat, when you're battling a salvage or a base or whatever or a fleet. It shows up on the map. But once you're done, it disappears again. Boop, gone.
yeah. Does it do that when you garden it as well? Does it?
If you're
No,
guarding with
you
it,
have to
it's
actually
visible.
put it on guard. It's visible.
Right. I know what you mean.
You actually have to put it on guard.
Okay, we talked that one out. Can we go on to the retrofit pack?
Yep.
Released in August will contain the Vanguard and the Juggernaut X. Anyone got those?
No, I don't
Not
have them.
me.
I think I got the. I think I may have the Juggernaut X.
Well, that will benefit you. The next thing is Dredge Fleet Update. They're going to be updating some Dredge Fleet targets with new layouts. These targets will still be base targets, but will include new fleet compositions. The ideas about what these new fleet compositions will be?
I think they're going to be having the fleets move more as soon as you go into a battle, because I think they're getting tired of Spectres prepping them.
Yeah.
Oh, we knew that whenever they took away the creeping or the crypt keeper.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
Put
now people
sonar over
found.
everything.
Well, now people found a different way of prepping them now with Spectres. Me personally, I use gearheads, which gets me in there faster. So now with these Nighthawks, which stays underwater longer than a Spectre, and they're faster in combat, it's even worse. I mean, you only have to go like I have to go in and out of a target with my specters in order to take out the guard. Going from one bottom left, right, then top. But with the Nighthawk, you don't have to come out. You just go around. You get out of range quicker. You
Yeah.
hit and go out of range. So I think they're going to making the fleets move. So that's what I think. I hope to God they don't put those scouts in there. You know, if you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Those are fast.
Yeah.
I do like that the speed up that does the Nighthawk does whenever it's underwater. The one I have built right now, as soon as it gets underwater all fully, it just whoosh, speeds
Yeah.
way up.
I just tried mine a couple my Nighthawk, my Phantom Nighthawk out. Oh, it's quick.
Yeah. Okay.
And coming up with dredges, I wish they would not deplete the uranium out of them.
Oh, isn't that a pain?
I lose time I hit and time I get. I lose 500 uranium, and that could be a lot down the line. By the time I get all said and done,
Well, you hit 4 of them
I
a
don't
day,
understand
4
why.
dredge fleets a day. That's 2,000 uranium you've lost.
Yeah, yep. And I usually hit around when they're around. I usually hit 6. Try to. And that's 500 uranium. You know, it's like 3,000 uranium. They're right there.
Yeah.
And I wish that also too to get rid of these 50s because they're about as useless as a 10 in a bowl too. What the hell's going to hit a 50 for 1,100 uranium? What the hell's that?
I've just knocked my money over, man.
Yeah.
Oh, he's playing with his money. All right.
Okay. Yeah. What I want to do now is I want to just run through one of the documents in our file section on our FOA militia page. Give you guys a chance to just think about things for a moment. And it's on the requirements of being an officer in our group. I'm sure that a lot of people that don't understand how they get to become a junior or a senior officer. So I'll just run through that. As I said, it's in the file section. So I'll quickly go through it. And it's just a promotion system we have in our group to give people a bit of a pat on the back for what they've been doing. So anyone that's not at these levels yet, you've got something to aspire to. To become a junior officer, we have 2 simple requirements. You have to be level 43 or above, and your alliance career points have to be greater than 2,000. I know there's a few members in our group that don't hit their respective targets and don't get very many career points, but that's what they should be aiming for if they want to become a junior officer. It's automatic once they get those 2 requirements. We can upgrade them. I'm not going to insist they be on Ventrilo,
Oh.
but
Because Graham's talking.
and to become a senior officer, the requirement is to be on Ventrilo. That's our voice chat. And they have to be level 53 or above and have career points greater than 1,000. That's why that occurs. And they're updated in the ship list with their appropriate officer status, and also on Ventrilo it appears against their name whether they're a senior or a junior officer when they're on our voice chat. The only thing that we require our officers to do is just to help junior members along with their base designs and ship setups and so forth, and maybe take them along when they're attacking a base. It's always a good idea to take a backup, and a whole bunch of
Yeah, Jason.
would be really great, but that doesn't.
I was just about to say that.
So
What
that's
now?
about it.
Very good.
No, that's fine. That's about it. We do have rules. We encourage everyone to read those. But, so that's enough of that.
Just the other thing about, I mean, you mentioned Ventrilo there. It's just if the likes of the big raids that are coming up, it's just easier if people are on Ventrilo because we know what they're looking for. If they need a hand, they can just tell we, rather than having to type it in comms, put in where they put the coordinates and everything in. It just makes it easier to help for everybody to be helping each other out.
Well,
Well,
Ventrilo itself just makes it easier all round.
if you're
Yes,
getting
it does.
attacked, it's a faster response than trying to type it into alliance comms or sector comms, because half the alliance sits in sector comms, or half the alliance is in alliance comms, or half the alliance has comms turned off.
Or your comms is not working,
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
yeah.
that can happen. Mm.
Well,
like
that's it. I
mine
mean,
half the
it's,
time.
it's like when Jason was hitting that base this afternoon in Sector 16, and he couldn't get into the base because there was a fleet of submarines guarding it. And I just said to him, "Do you want us to go and take it out?" And it was like, "Yeah." I mean, if to be able to type that all in, he could have his fleet could have been dead by the time I'd actually got there. But I managed to get there quicker because of we're just talking about it.
Yeah, yeah.
A lot quicker response time.
Well, I mean, we could talk about Ventrilo and all the benefits of it, and it's just really, really handy not having to sit there and type. Where are you going to type it? You're going to put it into Alliance comms? Are you going to put it in Sector comms? You're going to put it in our Facebook um, group chat? Yeah, plenty of places, and people can be all over the place. So it's not a really good way of doing things. And typing takes you away from the game, so it's really not
I
good.
lose fleets when I type and play at the same time, and I don't like losing my fleets, so I like talking.
Yeah, so do I.
All our members who don't have Ventrilo, it's a good idea to get it because it doesn't slow your computer down. Some people seem to think it'll slow their computer down. It won't do that. It's a very slim client.
Or
Uh,
or or
what?
if or Graham, sorry, Graham, or they don't like the way they speak.
Oh,
If
yeah, of course. Yeah. Yeah,
they're
I understand that. But,
Don't
you know,
worry
even
about the way that
if
you
they just
speak.
listen.
Get on and try
half,
it.
half the time I can't understand Martin.
Yeah, I know.
And I'm speaking English.
Yeah, well, we've got Greeks and we've got um, Filipinos and,
French.
Canadians.
well, we haven't
Yeah,
got any French in our group yet,
no,
but they're in the sector. But yeah,
Greek.
but they can still download Ventrilo and run it and just listen to what's going on. They don't have to speak. I mean, we had uh, Edgar on for quite a while and he just disappeared.
Well,
He's in
right
the
now
Philippines.
Edgar's on vacation right now.
Yeah, well, that would explain why he's not talking. Agus, who's in Greece, he came on and his English was better than mine, but he felt it wasn't adequate. It's a bit silly.
We need to get Rod onto Ventrilo to start sort of translating what people are saying in comms.
French, they've got a lot of French on at the moment.
Yeah.
I've been trying to use Google Translate, but because you can't copy and paste out of sector comms, trying to type French into a translator is a rather arduous task.
Yes, I tried that last night because
Yeah.
that new lad that we've got in the alliance at the minute is it Spectre 27.
Yeah,
He's been
27.
coming on. Yeah, he's been coming on alliance comms and just putting in BSR and like me, Frank, and Jason were all sitting there going last night, going, "Well, what on earth does that mean?
Yeah,
What does it mean?"
he
Yeah.
can't. He doesn't really understand. We asked him what it meant. He doesn't understand what we're saying. That's
Well,
what I think.
sorry.
That's another thing too, Grant. You brought it up just a couple days ago, or actually yesterday. that our comm system should have a translator built into it.
Oh, that'd be great.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, we have this is a worldwide game. We have so many nationalities, so many languages. It should be a given, really. Me personally.
Yeah, I don't know how easy that would be. I noticed Google Translate, you can just type something in and it will try and tell you what language that is, and give you an interpretation of it, which would be very handy.
Yeah.
No, it's happening more and more. I mean, it may come at some stage. I notice in Facebook now, often when there's a foreign language typed into some of my Facebook news items, there's a little translate link that I can click, and it'll give me a translation of what's said. So, Facebook knows that I'm English because I've put that in my I speak English, sorry,
Yeah.
and in my profile, and so it knows that I'll need a translation for that if I want to read it. That's handy. Maybe that'll get into com somehow, but Pixar use an altered version of IRC client, which is a client that's been around. It's a text-only client. It's been around for years and years and years. I used it probably 8 years ago, and it's quite robust and very lightweight. But whether they'd be able to change it to include all that might be just too big a task.
Yeah, it might be.
Mm. Anyway, it would be nice, but it's very bold of us to expect everyone to be able to speak English.
Exactly.
Okay. Now I put this in for Martin. I don't know if you still want to talk about your ship builds, do you? We spoke about that last time, I know. Anything more to add?
No, not really. It was basically sort of, all 5 ships should be the same. In a normal fleet, all 5 ships should be the same. They should all have the same weapons on them. And the weapons should, if possible, be virtually the same range. Otherwise, you're going to find that one weapon's going to be firing and one's not. You're going to be losing a lot of potential damage that you could be doing.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get us wrong. Don't get us wrong. There are exceptions to the rule, and there always will be. But the majority of the time, all 5 ships in a fleet should be the same weapons, should be the same ships.
Yeah, I think that applies to our up and coming members, not so much the senior members, but of the group, but surely the new members. That would be a good rule to follow when you don't have any other rules to follow.
That's what I was going to say, Graham. On the lower end players, whenever you start building those battle barges and those, and all those small ships and like the Sea Wolves, you want like Martin said, the same weapons, the same specials, the same engines. You don't want anything to be different because whenever you group your ships together, though, if you got speed system 1 or engine 1 on one and speed system 1 on the other, you're gonna have fleets all roaming around willy nilly, not grouped up together, and it's not gonna be really good whenever you're being bombarded with rounds.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we take this for granted now, and I was just thinking, there's probably members who don't even know how to get their fleets all grouped up into one lump, or even know the reason why you'd want to do that. I mean, we had a member, I think he's still with us, who wanted to build fleets like he was running a fleet in real life. He'd have battleships in the middle and destroyers around the edges and lead with submarines and all this sort of business in a fleet, and we were horrified because it just won't work.
Yeah, he's still with us. Well, the thing is, yeah, and I understand what you're saying about that, about the way he wanted to build his fleet. Now I've got one fleet in particular. I've got Sea Scorpion A's with assault missiles on, and I've got a Hurricane in there with Piranha drones on it. Now it
Hmm.
does the job because they don't know which to go for. They go for the Sea Scorpions, they get taken out by the Piranhas. If they go for the Piranhas, I can take them out with the Sea Scorpions.
But you,
But there's only two different ships, but both
but
ships have got the same weapons on them.
no,
Yeah.
but you built that fleet specially for something, though.
Yes,
Yeah.
I
You
did.
know,
Yeah, well, we're talking just generally, and I think generally the rule applies. We have all the same attributes on our fleet, and keep it that way for the beginning. Once you become a more seasoned player, then you can specialise, but you know more about what each thing does, what each special does. You know, you're familiar with ranges of weapons and all that sort of business, the damage they do, and whether they're ballistic and or explosive or penetrative and all that sort of business. I mean, you've got a sound of knowledge, but a young, or should I say, a new person coming into Battle Pirates now, I'm sure they're just inundated with so much stuff that they haven't got a clue of even how to start.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, there is one thing I would say for the new members, and I think Frank will probably agree with us. For these raids, for your weekly raids, the Forsaken missions, set of sea wolves with thud cannons on, hardened barrels, autoloaders, no armor, and the instant repair.
Yep, I
And
agree.
you can bring them back to your base. You might have to wait about 20, 30 seconds a ship, but you can get them back into your base once they're dead, send them straight back out. And Frank will tell you, and I've still got mine, that they're good for the raids
I
because they
still
can
got
do
mine.
damage. And it's how I got a lot of my hulls, was using them.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know?
I won a lot of raids with mine.
Yeah, well,
I
our
did.
new members may not understand the left and right arrow functions of selecting each individual ship in the fleet. They may not understand the up arrow and the down arrow. The up arrow selects all, and the down arrow will spot whatever's been selected. So
Well, for some of these newer players, to be honest with you, it would be a case of, I would say, use your up arrow, group all your fleets together, all your ships together, and try not to circle through them. The circling through them is probably for the more experienced one, so you can send your ships off in different directions. But for a new player, I would suggest keeping them all together.
Yeah,
yeah, so the idea would be to group them all and keep them that way. So you've got basically what looks like a one ship on the screen that's got five times more firepower than one ship.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Now, the last thing we want to talk about, and we've been talking now for over an hour, we've got some new residents in the sector. Anyone want to say anything about the inundation of level ones we've just had?
mine.
We're getting invaded.
Bunch of minor birds.
Not really. Yeah.
I mean, I just said this to Frank earlier
Mine.
on. It's nice to see. Fine. It's nice to see comms being used again.
That's
It
true.
makes it just makes a
Yeah.
difference seeing people in comms rather than just you're logging on half an hour later. There's still been nothing.
That first day, it looked like some dude with 500,000 personalities talking to himself, all with the same name.
Yeah, Blackheart.
Yeah, well, it was it Mad Auto couldn't get used to it. He thought he thought
Yeah.
unfortunately the black guy thought it was the same person with just loads of bases.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, of course, they all started. They don't
Yeah.
have to change their outpost. How many people have we had to tell so far that You have to change your name. Well, how do I do that? Go to your outpost.
Yeah.
I just felt bad for the poor original Blackheart that's in this sector.
Yeah, there is one.
That dude was
Yeah, there is
upset.
one. Just like I was when I was started, I was called Blackbeard.
Well, that's different.
Yeah, it was two different names. Blackheart and Blackbeard is what you started out with, and I changed mine right away. It was like 100 Blackbeards around me when I first started.
Yeah, well, way back in the dim, dark ages of the beta, we had to pick a name before we actually even went into the game, and it was rather confusing as to because when you're trying to do it that way, you don't even know what the game is like. You can't tailor your name to match what you're going to be seeing. Thus, I
Yeah.
ended up called FOA, and after a while, I just kept it. Even though my name's Graham, it confuses a few people, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it does.
Okay, what these new members mean to our alliance is that we may have an opportunity here to attract new members. Frank, do you have any comments on new members?
No, not really. I mean, the new members contact us. You're under a probationary period right now. Stay active and level up. If you need help, contact us. That's all I can say.
And do we have very many new members?
We have 10.
10.
Yes. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, 10.
Okay, we'll give a bit of a shout out to all our new members saying welcome and glad you've joined us in FOA. Do you want to do that shout out, Frank?
Okay, the first one is Wailed, level 15. He's at coordinates 3733, 476. He just started. Skullsland, level 20. He's at 3724, 213. We just got to talk about Spectre 27. He's French, doesn't understand English. He's 11. He's level 11. He's at 3994, 241. And the next one is Dimitri. I keep pronouncing the name.
He's drinking.
Yeah. Demetrius. Chris. He's a level 13. He's at 4068, 586. Next one is Blackheart. Level 1. I haven't checked his base yet, see if he leveled up any. He's at 4084, 255. And the next one is Sepper Can. I don't know.
Yeah, he's drinking.
He's a level 4, 3705, 52. Death Bear is a level 5. He's at 3675, 79. Next one is La 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 La. It's level 8, 3632, 108. And Blackheart, another Blackheart, is a level 3, 4143, 184. And the last one is Crimson Evil Elmo. It's level 34. She's at 3690, 242. And
Okay,
that's it. Oh
that's
man,
good.
one name. Oh shit.
Well, I'll just explain that when I said you're drinking, that's just something we picked up from Battle Vortex. If we can't pronounce your name, you've got to take whatever liquid you have in front of you, as long as it's not liquid whiteout, something that is drinkable, and you have to drink because you've got a funny name. So that's why we say you're drinking, because we haven't been able to pronounce your name. All right. Well, that's good. we've got some new members to look after. So what does that mean to us as more senior members? We've got to try and keep these people in the game, I guess, to a certain extent, help Kixeye out.
Yeah, stay
And,
active, please. And also, too, one thing I want to talk about with the new members and old members, try to get your alliance points. It helps out in the bonuses on the alliance points. Believe me, with the fire rate, the reload rate on your ships, defending your turrets, everything, we get bonuses for. And those alliance points, it helps. So try to get your alliance points per week. All right, that's all I got to say.
yeah.
I don't think it matters so much for the minute, especially with the lower levels. But the higher these players get, I think the more they should move closer to it.
Yeah, but
You,
get them
as
out.
you know, sorry.
Sorry, Mar, I was talking to my
It's not,
wife.
all right. It's not so much just for helping them out. It's so we can help defend them. I mean, if your base is 5 minutes away from ours, then how are we supposed to get there if you're getting attacked? We can't put a guard fleet on because you're that far away. We need you as close to where we are as the main group. All the big levels, all the high levels who can defend your bases are all in the same place. So if you can, try and move closer.
Yeah, for sure. That's one thing we've got to do is when we talk to our new members to suggest all these things when we type to them. And that is one important thing is to encourage them to move a bit closer and be a bit more of a part of it. That's good.
Yeah.
So,
It's a lot easier for us to open sales for you too.
well, that's another thing, yeah.
If you
Well,
have
I
any
mean,
questions,
sorry, go on, Jason.
I was just gonna say, if they have any questions, just feel free to ask. If we're on comms and you see me on comms, if you got any questions, feel free to ask or PM me on the game email or ask me to go to Alliance Chat, and I'll go to Alliance Chat and have talk with you.
Oh, I mean, the other thing as well is we've got the Facebook chat as well. So if you do, I mean, I've got mine switched onto my phone, so I get my Facebook chat anywhere that I am. The only time I'm not
Yeah.
going to answer is when I'm asleep.
The only
So
thing
if
is,
go
sorry,
on.
sorry, Martin. Only thing is with that now, the new members I just mentioned, except for Crimson Tide, Evil Elmo, is not in our group page or Facebook chat yet. Under probationary period.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I mean, once they do get in there,
Yeah,
everybody then sees that, and you'll not just get the help from one or two players, you'll get the help from the whole alliance.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know, I mean, at the end of the day, ship build wise, everybody's got their own idea what's best for a ship build. We've had discussions for hours on end over Ventrilo, speaking about
hmm
ship builds and what's the best thing to put on them and which is the best way to go. I mean, we started this discussion about building these Indictors. We started this a couple of days ago, and we still haven't got down to which is the best way to build it yet. So, these are all things that we'll be able to help out with to a certain degree. But you're going to have to, at the end of the day, decide which is going to be better for you and what you want that fleet for.
exactly. Yep, I agree.
Of course.
Me.
Now,
I
one
mean,
thing is, sorry, go on.
all I was going to say was, at the end of the day, myself, Graham, Frank, in the majority of the time, Jason will come on at least once every day. So if anybody needs help, you know where the private messaging is. If you need to find out if we're on, click on the Alliance button at the top of the screen. It shows the Alliance members that are actually on. So, just
I'm
ask.
pretty, I'm pretty much on all the time. I don't have a life.
Yes, you do. It's here
Exactly.
in Battle Pirates. All right. One more thing. That's on my list, at least. At what level, or what do we determine, or what would we be determining the level at which players can hit each other in sector without being called issues? My thoughts on this would be the junior members, of course, or the junior players in the sector, that if they were, say, level 20 or below, we wouldn't interfere and call them issues. Does anyone have any comments on that?
My original thought was yes, level 20, but I'm sort of thinking at the minute, you know, the way these new players are leveling up, and they're all leveling up a lot quicker than we did. You know, maybe give them a little bit leeway once they get around about that level 20, but you know, when you get to 25, 30s, you shouldn't be hitting insect. Now you should be knowing how to play the game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think 20 is a pretty good number to go by as a rule.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sort of just thinking, you know, I mean, if you look at some of these players that started a couple of days ago, some of them are virtually a level 20 now. You know, and they've only been here 2 days. I mean, it took me a week or two before I realised, oh, hang on, maybe I shouldn't be hitting insect because of what I was reading on comms. So it's, you know, once you get to level 20, yeah, a little bit leeway, but not too much. No, certainly if you're over 25, you shouldn't be hitting insector. Definitely not.
Yeah.
Well, we could make 25 then. Just as a rule for us, we can't make anyone else in the sector, but we can certainly, suggest to our members that we don't interfere if, anyone below level 25 is attacking another base in the same sector. I really don't expect the new players to be having to trek all the way to another sector to get some experience.
But you see, then again, you've got these towers now, so getting around sectors is a lot easier than what it used to be.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, assuming they know they're there and what
Yeah, that's true.
and how to use them.
When they work properly.
Twice yesterday I entered a tower and never came out of it. I had to restart my browser because Shockwave had crashed, and I lost the Spectre fleet because when it went into the spinning radar and then crashed, my fleet didn't actually move out of the hostile sector, and it came back fully damaged. So.
Well, I'll nip up the road and have a word with Scotty and see if he can get them fixed.
Yeah, the transporter. We need it fixed, Scotty.
Yeah. All right. Anyone? I'm out of topics. So anyone else got a topic before we wrap up? We're almost at an hour and a half.
No,
I'm good.
I'm good.
No, I'm fine.
All right, then we'll call it quits at that point. Thanks, guys, for coming in. It's been really good. It's a nice long one. With more people, we get more of their views, and obviously the broadcasts go longer. So
Yeah.
If there is anybody else out there who does,
everyone have
all I was going to say was if there is any other members out there that do want to sort of join in, then give one of us a shout and let us know. We'll let you know how to set it up.
Yeah, and your experience, Jason, was that enjoyable? Or...
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Okay. All right.
We'll see you next week then.
Let's make it fortnightly, not weekly. We'll sort of run out of stuff to talk about otherwise. Is everyone happy with fortnightly?
Yeah,
that's fine
with me.
Yeah, we've got the raid next week anyway, so that's appropriate.
Yeah.
All right then. Well, everyone, we'll catch you on the oceans. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.